At the beginning, of course, for a few months we had total freedom, we could walk around, nobody bothered, and then ministry in charge, they would give you forms to fill, and oh, I said, oh, I told my friends, oh, things are changing, And it was very, very, very gradual. I remember very vividly, and in fact, some photographers reminded me much later. He said, once we were outside Bani Sad's office, he was the president by then, and there was something happening, but not much. They complained. Young photographers complained. They said, oh, nothing's happening, we're getting bored. I said, listen, shut up. Take your pictures and shut up. And they reminded me, I said, then we didn't understand why you said that, Because I told them, listen, you don't know how happy you are to be able to work the way you are now. Because, things are going to change. And of course, things change. And probably the war was a turning point. Then the state was in place. They control everything, In my own case, I worked in Iran as long as I could. I could cover the whole span of the revolution. But even after my book came out, and then I was in France, and my friends called, some friends called, and they said, listen, they're looking for you because, you become a very suspicious character. And so they said, so I got the message, I didn't go back. So I called my friends, in Iran. I said, listen, things have changed. Iraq attacked Iran, so we can be useful as photographers on the front lines, to show what's happening. They said, listen, no, I don't think you're still camera grata, so don't come back. I didn't go back, and in fact, I think I even, with the pressure, I felt sick. For the first time in my life, probably, I felt sick, just from the pressure, from the intellectual pressure, the emotional pressure. So, and
from
then,
the pressure that you couldn't go back, you felt physically
sick. I
sick.
could physically, because, for once, and I can be used as a photographer, but another nation is attacking my country, So I can be useful, and, because people know who I am as a photographer, and I can, but of course, then you don't go back 6 months, then you go back 1 year, and then, then things go on without you. Of course, I was sorry I missed, covering the war. And I'm glad some other young Iranian photographers did it, and they did it very well, But of course, I would have liked to be there.
Was your family history at all a factor, that your father was a Baha'i? Because they...
Well, that came in later,
but they've talked about it, and people know that. It's common knowledge.
No, it was no secret. I have no religion.
I know, but was that a factor? Because to the Iranian government, that at that time the Baha'is...
Not in this time, not during the afterwards. Yes, it became that's one of the reasons, my friends told me not to go back. But when I was covering the revolution from, say, 1970 to 1980, it was known by my friends, I guess, but probably not by the authorities. And I was everywhere, I even went to the secret trials, So.
But then it became a factor.
I think so. That's probably why I was, advised not to come back.
So they mentioned that to you?
Oh, never officially.
No, but your friends mentioned that.
I said, don't come back.
Because you're persecuting
that's
Baha'is,
one of the problems.
it's better not to come.
You perceive that being a Baha'i, and I said, well, you know what I think about religion, so